The 2017 HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour. 2 events down, the season ahead beckoning, and a familiar name for Event 3 coming up. Welcome to Oxfordshire and the challenge of Frilford Heath.
Can you feel the pressure inside of you? Yes, what we trained for won't lose to you. Gonna stand our ground now. We'll see this through. We're gonna take the crown now, away from you. Let's settle the score, go face to face. If you choose a time, I'll name a place. You go down, down, down. This is the warning. This is the last time I'm telling you. You better stop it. You better stop running, running. This is the warning. This is the last time I'm telling you. You better stop it. You better stop running, running.
We are back at Frilford Heath, a regular stop on the PGA EuroPro Tour. For the past 5 years, we've been staging events here that have helped shape and define the season ahead. From qualifying school to the main event, Frilford Heath has been playing host to hundreds of hopefuls and seasoned pros as they rise to the challenge of this magnificent course. And here's what's coming up in this week's show. We'll be catching up with last year's winner, Adam Runcie.
I'm going to do open qualifying, and yeah, that's basically the main goal is EuroPro though.
Kit will be out and about on the course, giving us a unique insight into the challenge facing our pros.
Might need to stop quick. Oh, it's in the drink.
I'll be having another lesson as I prepare for the Pro-Am at this year's Tour Championship.
That is absolutely dead straight down the middle.
Whew. And of course, we'll have all the action from the final round here at Frilford Heath. For 5 years, the Tour has been visiting this stunning course in Oxfordshire, and for good reason. 500 acres of undulating heathland, offering 3 championship courses and 3 very different challenges, which year after year keep delivering.
The blue course here at Frilford Heath is an absolute gem. It's the youngest of the 3 layouts, having opened in 1994. And it comes in at just under 6,800 yards, so it's a real test for our players. Tight, tree-lined fairways off the tee and undulating greens means all facets of your game have got to be in tip-top condition if you're going to compete around this challenging and beautiful golf course.
Thanks, Kit. Well, that's the challenge, mastered over the last 5 years by a variety of players, which now begs the question, who's going to come out on top in 2017? Let's take a look at the leading contenders of the IFX Championship. Kit, who from this leading pack stands out?
Well, it's going to be an absolute gamble today as to who wins, but there are 2 names that really pop out for me on the leaderboard. First of all, Daniel Gavins. He's a player who knows how to win on the EuroPro Tour. He's finished in the top 5 here before, and he's got experience on the European and Challenge Tour that's going to stand him in good stead today. The other one is a slightly newer name, Ashton Turner. He was fantastic at Q School. He's only been a pro a matter of months, but in his 2 starts already, he's finished top 20 and looked very, very composed when under pressure. I think those 2 guys could give it a real run today.
Well, let's not forget that 4 wins you a staggering £250,000. So let's get to the final round action with our commentators, Johnny Morgan and Simon Golding.
Thanks, Imogen. Event number 3, not the best of starts for the players with the rain on day 1, so that means just 36 holes to impress, and after 18 holes, Hugo Dobson leads on 6 under by a single shot. We heard what Kit Alexander's picks were, but Johnny Morgan alongside me, who do you fancy from that list?
Well, I got to echo Daniel Gavins, but this man as well.
Yeah,
Tyndall.
the American, 6'4", Connor Tyndall from the USA.
And I heard he hits it a country mile. He hits it as long as and big as his country.
Part of the Maryland University golf team. The Terrapins, as they're known.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go.
Sweet.
Bit big for a terrapin though.
Yeah, he's a bit big for a terrapin, isn't he?
Look out for him today. Now, this man took a little while out of the game of golf, Nick McCarthy, but he's come back in style. And I still think a player that can get back to the heady days of 2011 when he was Challenge Tour.
Yeah, well, you know, seeing him at Close House at the first one of the season, he had a good performance that week and a good player. It's nice to see him there. And then, well, look at this man, Van Phillips.
Yeah, talking of good players, Van's been around a while, but a very, very tidy pro.
Yeah, multiple winner on the European Tour. Vast experience in his Skyrocket. Look at that, just wondering what kind of light it was, but that's a nice course management skills will be vital around a golf course like this, and Van's got plenty of that, loads of experience.
Yeah, looking in good nick. Now, superstar from last week, Sam Robert-Shaw, held things together very nicely. A little bit of a bonus win for him over at Ballykistine. Had to wait around in the clubhouse to see if the title was his, but all you can do is ask the question, set the target, and see if anyone can beat you. They couldn't.
You still got to get the ball in the hole, and that's the objective. And Ballykistine was in great shape. Now, this course looks in fantastic shape too. Blue course at Frilford Heath.
Yeah, we love it here at Frilford. The players do as well. Been a regular venue for many years on the EuroPro Tour. Now, Phillips trying to make a move.
Yeah, off the right. It's tracking, and it's in the heart of the hole. Van.
Take that one. So a birdie takes him to 3 under. Look at that. All in his stride, all in a day's work for Van. Now Tyndall just went through the back of the green. We know what his long game's like. Let's see what his short game's like.
I like his posture. Feet close together, hands forward, ball back of the stance, pops it, and oh! Looks like half a roll more, and that was in.
They all fancy it from there. They really do. And he's a little disappointed that he hasn't knocked that in.
Surprised he got the putter out. I just bladed that baby in with the club. You'd never miss that. That's a solid 4, but he wanted the 3.
Good discipline then from the American. Congressional Country Club player. Back to McCarthy for eagle.
Oh, defy gravity. Thought I was going to swing back the other way. It didn't hold its line. It just drifted to the right. Unfortunately.
One of those strange moments when a birdie feels like a drop shot.
Yeah, it does, especially when you hit such a gorgeous shot in there. Now, Robert-Shaw. Yeah, looks like he's doing way right, but we know he pulls it back on line. Is he going to start this dead straight? Yeah, as it started right lip, and it stayed there. Oh, well, that's unbelievable. McCarthy's ball going from left to right, the opposite end. You'd think it would go right to left from his end, but it didn't.
A couple of optical illusions there. And McCarthy still pondering. Now, let's get to the sky and take a look at hole 3.
Yeah, what a beautiful hole as well. 176 yards, par 3. Beautiful water feature on the left-hand side there. Don't want to miss it left, and you don't want to miss it right. Very tight green and great pin positions you can have, especially if that pin was, say, back left, which you can see just a little bit further up on the left-hand side would cause havoc for the players. Now, this is a man who's used to pressure. Jimmy Mullen. He's at 2 under par. Must be no more than an 8 iron. Doesn't look like a breath of wind out there.
Whole group of really talented players, 4 shots or so off the lead, and that's a solid shot from Mullen. Now, a first look at Robert Bernardson, the Englishman.
Yeah, playing with Dave Copeland there. And taps that one in.
Nicely rolled in from one of the newbies on the EuroPro Tour.
That's the glory about this golf tour, though, Simon. It just newbies every year without fail. You know, testing their might. There's Jamie trying to make his way. Great amateur career. Trying to get his pro career up and running, just like his amateur one.
Bedford. Because of the 36 holes, it's a 2-tee start. So players on all sorts of parts of the course at the moment. And let's go and take another look at the course. This is hole 2.
Yeah, sweeping dogleg. I mean, not many. Fortune favours a brave maybe if you want to get drive out and sling it round the corner. get one going, chasing up onto the green, but look at the danger lurking. If I was a betting man, you know, nice little 5-iron off the tee, lay up, only going to be coming in with a pitching wedge, if not a sand iron, but look how close that brook is on the left-hand side. You just do not want to miss it there. Now, Casey, second shot to the second.
Well, he's followed your plan, John. Let's see if it's come off. Oh, there we go. He was always going to get a bit of action on that one.
Oh, loads of chubby checker. Yeah, that's a sensible route, and you can just see there, just the contours of the fairway helping the ball round the corner as well. As we see Mullen now at the par 5 fourth. Oh, hop, skip, jump, finds the green. Oh, that's where the American was. He's going to fancy his chances from there, chipping that one in.
Yeah, virtually identical shot left for Mullen, the one that Connor Tendall had. Nearly hold that one, the American. Back to Bedford. Maximum respect being paid at the moment to these putts, and you can understand why. We've already seen a couple that haven't broken the way the golfers were expecting.
This will be an entertaining birdie. Crowd pleaser, spinning it back pin high. Now straight across the backside, a little bit left to right. Oh yes, finds the bottom of the cup.
Take it, finished tied 6th on home soil in Ballykistine last week. So clearly a man who's very happy with his game at the moment now, Mullen.
Yeah, same kind of posture, hands forward, back of the stance, bump it just on the green, let it release. Is it going to fall in? It does!
Oh, that's cracking stuff. I told you they all fancy it from off the green.
They do, Simon, they do. Those are a luxury when you get a shot like that. Plenty of green to work with, little tap, get it on line. Now Robin's second shot to second.
24-year-old from Hull Golf Club. Finished 6th at Q School at Formby Hall, and then made it through the final round to book his place on this year's tour, and that's a lovely looking shot. Right then, 17, John.
Yeah, 17. Well, par 5, and it's a long one as well. 597 yards long. Playing over the average today. I think that's the length involved. Normally par 5's playing under the yardage, but you can see it's a 3-shotter all day long. Depends if that wind is down off your right, you know, pushing the ball onto the green. You might have a little crack at it in 2, but it's an open space, and it's just a tee shot that's a little bit awkward. But as you come up on the green, you can see you've got plenty of room to attack this for your second shot.
The lefty, Greg Payne, talked a lot about him last year, starting off the 10th on this final round. Opened with 3 birdies, but then a bogey at 14. However, got an eagle at 15, so got it right back on track, and he's flying.
Yeah, this is a man who's been around for a long time. He's only 23 though, Simon.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Been hearing his name mentioned for a long time now. But only a matter of time, surely, before Greg Payne breaks through. Mullen giving it the full treatment there.
Yeah, this boy don't fear it. Out with driver. And look at that. That's going to show its face. Well, he's got a similar little bump and run shot.
Now, we talked earlier about the new players on this tour, and here is one of them, Steve Robbins, the man from Hull, only recently turned pro and looking very good out there at Frilford Heath. Let's hear from the man.
Just turned pro at the start of this year in April. This is my second event as a pro. Yeah, I put a lot into amateur golf for a couple of years and thought I'd done enough in 2015 and had some success, quite a lot of success in 2015 and 2016, but yeah, pro golf, I mean, you take everything into your own hands. You shoot the scores, you get paid, and you move up the ranks. Most excited I've ever been actually at a golf tournament going into today. Yeah, I'm sure if I play my best, it's good enough. So see what happens. I think it's the course what helps with the excitement. It's easy scoring, and you've got a lot of chances. So you just got to be patient though.
So Robbins trying to be patient, but starting to assemble a score.
I like the camouflage gear he's wearing. It says he's up for war on the golf course. He's up for a battle.
Right, let's hear from Kit. He's down at 17, talking about Greg Payne's shot ahead of him.
3 birdies and an eagle already today for a charging Greg Payne. He's got another chance here on the 17th, his 8th hole. He's a little bit short of where he'd like to be in 3 on this par 5, but he's left himself an uphill putt. There's not a huge amount of break in it. The confidence will be flowing, and he can be really aggressive with this one.
Yeah, we'll get back to Greg Payne's putt in a moment. First of all, though, let's get out to Casey at the par 5 fourth.
Yeah, tipped this man a couple of years ago, actually. Played a bit of golf with him, and, well, look at that. He's got away with it. That could have gone absolutely anywhere. Clattered into trees, big snap hook, and, well, Buchanan's lucky stars there.
Yeah, he's going to have to ride that one. Now, we heard from Kit what he's facing Greg here. Can he make it happen?
Yeah, up the hill can be positive. He's taking it pretty straight. Hit it. Oh, was that going to come back at the end and grab the left edge, I wonder?
And sometimes those are the differences between a result and finishing a little further down the leaderboard. And Payne looking quite disgruntled. He's having a good round, though. Well, our leaders coming out onto course. Dobson at 6 under, leads by a single shot, but he's got some good company with him today, and Joe Dean is one of them.
Yeah, Dean. Good swing. From a distance there, looks like Thomas Peters. And we know how good that man is. And look at this. Great shot. Blew the hole. That's going to be an uphill putt.
Yeah, I think both Dean and Peters would have taken that shot. But here's our leader by a single shot, and looking very good too. Hugo Dobson, the Woodbridge Golf Club man from Suffolk.
Yeah, another lovely swing, this one. This one drawing in from right to left. Bit of spin to it. Oh, yeah, feeds back a little bit towards the hole. Not too much, but that's going to be a little bit downhill. Jimmy Mullen now at the front of this green. Little bump and run, is it? It's a bit more of a swing. He's going the high route. A little bit late check. Yes. A little bit more, and that was another hole out.
Yes, Mullen spent a little bit of time mulling that one over, but right decision. Now Loffrey.
Yeah, tall posture there by Loffrey. Tall high-rise shot. Can he get inside his two playing partners? And they're all finding the dance floor.
Yeah, that is a nice 3-ball for our final group, going out off the first. Now he's ridden his luck at the 4th. Can Casey make something of it?
Well, this is the big turnaround. If you can find trouble, get out of it, still make a birdie. I mean, this is his 3rd. If he can get this one on the dance floor there, give himself a chance. Oh, he's a long way from home, but, you know, he could have raked up a big snowman if that ball had rebounded back into the trees or in the water. So, Mullen converting up and down. Yes, he can.
Nicely done. Moves to 5 under. Just one shot off that Dobson lead then. And Marlin looking very calm. Back to Loffrey.
Yeah, simple putt in action, this one. Look at that. Hands nice and low. Lets them dangle. Sets the ball rolling. That was a good stroke. Just needed to hit it that little bit harder. Now, Casey, I played with this man before. Good player. Been waiting to see him up there on the top of the leaderboard. Hasn't happened yet. This is a good roll. It's tracking, and what a 4! What a 4!
Well, that is something else. Good course management.
Well,
is that what they call that?
You said it, Simon. You rode your luck there. Now, Dobson. Downhill. I've got a feeling this one's going to break from the left at just a smidge. I was coming in from the... it went right to left at the end.
Playing tricks on everybody, the greens at the moment. Just slides by. Dobson would have liked that. A little bit of light relief at the start of this final round to go to 7 under, but just has to stay calm, has to stay patient.
Yeah, frustrating those babies though, Simon. I mean, you're just talking like half an inch and you're in the hole for birdie. Now, left below right. It's got to hit it, it's got to hit it. Always short, that one.
Yeah, so a chance to join Dobson on 6 under. Passes Joe Dean by. But our final group negotiate the first hole without too many dramas. Hugo Dobson then is through the first and still leading at 6 under, but just like last week in Ballykistine, there is a whole host of players out there that can get the job done today. It's going to be a fascinating watch here at the IFX Championship. Hugo Dobson then holds his nerve at the first and holds that one-shot lead over a very congested field here at Frilford Heath in the IFX Championship. More to come after the break.
Welcome back to the IFX Championship, the third event in the PGA EuroPro Tour schedule. Last week at Ballykistine in Ireland, Sam Robertshaw claimed the title by a shot. We caught up with him before today's final round.
I initially started off as a footballer, playing all sorts of levels around the world because my dad was in the military. Dad just stuck a little 7-iron in my hand and said, let's go. Didn't really take to it at the time, you know. I think I broke 50 on the front nine for the first time, about 7 or 8, but yeah, it's all thanks to my dad that I got into it. Tiger Woods was pretty much the lead role in getting a lot of us into golf. You know, he was the one that was doing all the exciting stuff on TV, and you'd sit there in the evenings and see, you know, this guy out of nowhere just dominate the game, and you know, it's hard not to say Tiger was, you know, a role model or an idol going into the game. First win last week, yeah, obviously an amazing feeling. I'd had a few near misses in the past, lost in the playoff, had a few leads coming down the stretch and sort of threw them away a little bit. So, you know, to draw on all those experiences, you know, really put me in good stead last week. And, you know, my idea was if I can birdie the last 2 holes, which are birdieable, I'd have a chance. So I made a nice birdie up 17 and stood in the middle of the 18th fairway with about 2.55, I think, to the flag. The wind and rain slightly into off the left, but all you had to do up there was just carry a little ditch short of the green, which is at 230. And I felt like I had that in the lock. I was swinging it well. And yeah, just executed very nicely. Came off a little bit hotter than expected, which was perfect. Just chased up just over the back edge of the green and left a tricky chip, but managed to hit it up nice and close and hold the birdie putt, and here we are, held on. It was quite a sobering experience, going from taking pictures of the trophy and, you know, getting all the well dones and, you know, even signed a few autographs, which is a bit alien to me. I'd love to have stayed in Dublin, had a great night there, but I got back to the airport, got on the plane, got home, sort of relaxed, you know, got to see a bit of my close family initially, but then had a really beer-filled Saturday night, which was awesome. So that was my celebration. You know, it was obviously hard not to just keep thinking about, you know, winning for the first time, because that's such a huge thing for me. That was one of my goals, to go and win on the EuroPro Tour. I had to speak to my coach, you know, a few experienced guys who've been in and around the game with other players who've made it to the top. Just enjoy it for now, you know, get a few days of enjoyment and then straight back into work, and which meant, you know, being here for the Pro-Am Tuesday, warming up, preparing, and, you know, just putting that to one side and, you know, trying to go again and just get it going.
Well, he's only starting out on his pro career, but sounds like a very sensible young man, John.
He does indeed. Yeah. Old head on young shoulders, I give him.
Yeah, Hugo Dobson, another young star, leading at the moment here in the IFX Championship in this final round at Frilford Heath, but it is very, very close at the top. And at the moment, it will be really tricky to pick a winner from that lot. So plenty of golf still to go. And Brian Casey moving along nicely, had a little bit of luck on the way, but made full use of that.
Yeah, in the rough again though, Simon, coming over the bunker, over the hill, and hold on to the green, it does.
Ball was listening for once.
Well, here's lefty, Greg Payne, second shot to 18.
Yeah, heading off the 10th hole this morning, the 10th tee, so halfway point in his round and putting a decent score together.
Ooh, a few people bouncing the ball around the flag there. Now Johnson for eagle on 8. This will be a nice jump if he can get this, put a big spring in his step.
Former England A squad player in his amateur days. And a lot of people tipping this young man for success. Now back to Casey. Been a little bit swashbuckling this final round so far from the Irishman.
He can't hold another big one, can he? He
You're
can indeed.
me.
He's hold a few gobblers already.
You are kidding me. That moves him to 6 under. Who needs the short stuff, eh?
Come on, Casey, let's see that smile. Turn to the camera.
Payne was just a few inches into the first cut of rough there, and from 164 yards, he might have reasonably expected the ball to hop forward when it landed. If it had done that, he'd have been knocking it in from nowhere. As it was, he did incredibly well to get some spin, albeit unwanted on this occasion. But fortunately, it's left him below the hole. He's got about 10 feet. It's another really good look at the hole for a man in fine, fine form.
Thanks, Kit. Yeah, we'll get to Greg's putt in a moment, see if he can keep his score moving forwards. But Johnson on 4 under. Moves to 5 under. Easy as that.
Greg Payne, first birdie, 18. This is only his 9th hole played, 2 tee start, like Simon was saying. Now, He needs some of the bump start that last 9 holes. Go on. Oh, it's another putt hanging on the lip.
Frustration continues. A tap in, unfortunately, just for par there for Payne. Right, let's get back to Kit. He's at the 4th hole.
You've hit the perfect drive just short of this cheeky little pond on the right here on the par 5 4th, and now it's green light time. You've got just over 190 yards into a green that looks absolutely ripe for the hitting. Knock it on, give yourself an eagle putt and get that round underway. Let's see if 5 iron's enough to get there. Oh, I'm loving that. High, cutting in. I think we could be putting for eagle.
Well done, Kit, and all with no unwanted spin.
I know, it's very close to the hosel, that one, Kittilus, I must admit, mate. That was a little thin to win beauty, that. Now, out with the 3-wood.
Oh, what's happened there for Steve Robbins? Well, we can see it, so he might be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. He's going to be thankful that's not gone too far. Ricocheted right off that tree. And Mullen looks like he's in a fairway bunker. He's on an upslope of a hill. Upslope of the hill, and this one's going to be coming in high. Really high. Oh, high and long and right. And that's going to be a difficult up and down there. I quite like these. A little bit of a fluffy lie. You can be really aggressive, take a little bit of grass with it. Like a bit of a splash shot. Oh, and he's played it brilliant. Oh, and he nearly went in on the second bounce. Whew. That was a close one.
Well, the rain starting to come down again here in Frilford, so on go the waterproofs.
Yeah, look at this. Open the club face up, really getting underneath it. This is going to have a soft landing, bit of spin. Oh, not as much spin as he was hoping. That's still well executed. And look at that driving rain.
Yeah,
Whew.
Run for cover. Right, let's take a look at this shot, John.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. The arms don't really do a lot. Very rigid, very passive, and that just gets a nice little soft ball flight. So when it lands on the green, it's not going to have too much spin. It's just going to be a really dead kind of ball when it lands on the green. Now, really looks like the sun is out and it's raining cats and dogs out there.
Doing a bit of everything at the moment, and Robbins rolls that one in nicely. Takes him to 6 under the card, so joins the leaders. Back to Mullen. Can he get in there as part of the act?
Yeah, this will be a great up and down. Well deserved if he does. Yes, and a little hop, skip and a jump towards the hole. Picks that ball out. Game on.
He liked that, didn't he? Joint leader then, Mullen, along with Robbins and Dobson. Now, Runcie had fantastic success here last year, the Welshman winning with a score of 9 under in 2016. Fantastic player.
4 right, that was. You could see that moving violently in the air there from left to right, and that's going to be an awkward up and down for last year's champ. Now, Daniel Gavins. Gutsy player, this boy. Seen him out on the European Tour last year at a few of events. And that's a beautiful 3-wood. Is that going to hold on to the green? Stay on there? That's a great shot.
Bit of terrain to cover on that part, but that is fantastic from Gavins. Now, one of our joint leaders, Robbins, with his tee shot at this par 4 5th. Yeah, that's going to work for a young man who had a very frustrating experience last year, missing out on a place in the Open. It was a 5-way playoff for 2 spots, and he lost out.
Painful. I know the feeling. Now, here at 9.
Another of our joint leaders, Mullen. Oh, goodness me.
This looks like it's going over the trees. He's taking a shortcut route. No, he's just blocked it, and that is going to be in a world of pain over there.
It could be very smelly for Jimmy Mullen.
Now, Casey. Really determined young character, this one. Good Irish player. And look at this one, landing on the green from distance, nice and softly. That sets up some nice chance for an eagle.
Last year's winner then, Adam Runcie. Seen quite a few shots like this today from the rough.
Yeah, a bit short-sighted here, Simon. Not much green to work with, and oh my goodness, nearly made an eagle out of nowhere.
Trick shot time.
That was well executed. That was a great shot there. Now Robbins shying right at this screen in one. Chip it in for an eagle. Come on, spin. Oh no, ball. Hang on, hang on. Oh, got away from him there. He's not going to be too happy with that one.
Yeah, a little heavy-handed, and so has Mullen been, and he's got to be very, very cautious with that one. Keep it nice and tight through the rough. Oh, he's done very well with that, and from that position, that's probably the best he could hope for. So he's had to take his medicine. We'll see how much damage that does. Now, dial it back to 2014, and that's when this man, Daniel Gavins, really ripped it up on the EuroPro Tour to advance onto bigger things. Let's hear from the young man.
68 in the opening round, Dan. What did you do well that you knew you would have to do well here at Frilford?
Well, the weather wasn't great, so I knew coming into kind of the round I had to just kind of stick in there. But I thought my putting was really good on day one. You know, I was holding a lot of putts for par. So yeah, the putting was on the first day.
How do the weather delays and the fact it's shortened to 36 holes affect how you approach it?
I don't think it affects it. I mean, you're just playing against the course, really. You know, it's just to try and make as many birdies as you possibly can, I think, today. I'm just going to go and attack the course, really. That's how I see it today.
Well, terrific player, Gavins. He's been tested on a number of occasions, and he's actually one of the leading players in the world at distance control.
Really?
Yeah, knows his clubs, knows his distances very, very well indeed, and that's a huge part of what he does on a golf course.
Well, you know, the golf courses these guys are playing on day in and day out, you've got to have your yardages spot on. Makes the game a lot easier and takes a lot of pressure off as well. Now Robbins off the right, up the hill for birdie, and he gets it.
Easy as that, and we've got a golfer on 7 under. We're starting to see some movement now in this final round. It tends to ignite the rest of the field. Can Mullen, though, limit the damage here?
Yeah, good swing, good balance there by Jamie. Eyeing it down. Oh, straight down the stick, just half a club shy.
Back to the Irishman, Casey. Is to go to 6 under. And he'll take that. Very popular golfer. Very supportive of his club, has played on many, many occasions in big competitions for his club, and I know his club really do value that.
Yeah, not surprised. As we see Runcie then just tapping in for the easiest of fours. Birdie fours, and that gets his round underway. As we see Mullen now. Now this would be a par and a half. Get out of jail free card after finding the woods on the right hand side. Playing it out the fairway. Coming off the left. Oh.
Real spring in his step at the last hole as he bounced towards the putt that he sunk, but that's the game of golf for you. Takes it away from you very next hole. Now Dobson has company at the top of the leaderboard, has been surpassed by Robbins.
Yeah, coming in with a lot of height here, missing out to the right. It is the bailout zone, and that's going to be a difficult one. The branches are overhanging. He's going to have to go for the old bump and run, bank it, put it into the bank, and hopefully it pops up nicely. As we see Casey now, second shot at 9.
That's what we enjoy on the EuroPro, seeing just how good some of these young players are in terms of different dimensions to their game. And Casey's got to get himself out of trouble again.
Yeah, you got to be really good at shot making, you know, especially around a golf course like these. Just loads of trees and thick rough. You got to come up with the outrageous sometimes to come out on top. As we see Mullen there, just pin eye left off the green. We know he's been chipping well. He might fancy that one again.
Well, shot dropped at the last and not looking good for Mullen either at the next one. And for Dobson now, he's got to really craft something here.
Yeah, this is a bump and run underneath the branches, in the bank. Oh, he's played it well. He's played it very well indeed. That was not easy, boys and girls.
Well, Mullen's short-sided himself just a couple of paces off the green, and he's got a really interesting decision here. He's going to need a great touch if he goes with the chip, or he could get the putter out, but that brings all kinds of other variables into play with those couple of yards of fringe grass to putt over. What would you guys in the studio do here?
Oh, that's an easy answer for me, Kit. I'd ask Johnny Morgan for some advice.
Chip it all day long. Now Casey, chipping it all day long from the front of this green as well. Fancy his chances off the left. A little bit
nice
heavy-handed.
touch, yeah, nice touch from the Irishman. No, he's a tall man with good hands.
Yes, mate. Thank you very much. By the way, Simon, yes. Now, just on the fringe, he hasn't hit it. Oh, he played that so well. That was on line. Thing is, you know, strike while the iron's hot. He knows it. You know, he's chipped one in already like that before. He's chipped it really close. Yeah, that's an opportunity gone. He knows it. But you can't hold them all the time.
No, just some signs of frustration there coming through for Mullen. Time for him to exert a little bit of mental toughness out there on this Frilford course. Now, Dobson.
Yeah, this would be some up and down. If he can convert this from right of the green for birdie. Oh, grabs the right edge and does a little loop, and in he goes.
Yeah, joins Robbins on 7 under. Dobson looks like he's up for this one.
Yeah, but hot on the hills is Casey and Mullen. No. Oh, that was always going left. That quick turn right to left.
Not so much hot on the heels now, a little bit more lukewarm from Casey after that putt. Another frustrating one.
Yeah, we gutted with that. Now, Mullen off with the jumper. Sun's come out to play, less of the rain. This one's high and mighty, going left by the looks of it. Yeah, long and left.
It's a tough test for him at the moment, and he's got to try and get that rhythm back. Now let's go to the air and take a look at 5.
Yeah, 5, well, very capable of driving this hole in one fell swoop with the driver, aiming it up the right-hand side. You can carry those bunkers. Those bunkers today are only 238 yards to carry on that right-hand side, so you've got plenty of room. You can really tackle it, but you don't want to leak it too much. Get the blocker going and find those trees and those gorse bushes looking on the right-hand side. Obviously, a couple of people might just aim for those left bunkers and just go for a little up and down, you know, birdie. But good opportunity here for an eagle if you can get it on the green.
Well, you can tell so much about a course from the air. Might be the youngest course, the blue course here at Frilford, but looks beautifully mature. And Dobson playing with a maturity today.
Yeah, it's probably down in that front bunker, that one. As we see Mullen just an inch off the green. Wasn't a bad shot overall, actually. Just past pin eye on the, just to the left of it. Now this one, oh, he's wrapped it. Oh, there's a bit of work to be done there. A little bit heavy-handed.
A strange turnaround in fortunes for Jimmy Mullen at the moment. Not so many problems for Dobson though. Joint leader at 7 under with Robbins.
Yeah, he's just dodged the bunker. Oh, this is a nice chip. Oh, it just checked too much on him. Good connection there.
Needs to get this back together and needs to start with this par. Mullen does so. Good confident strike there. Forget it. Just leave it behind you. Next hole.
Exactly. That's the trick of this game. Don't worry about the bad ones. We all have them. Just grab the good opportunities when they come, and this man does just that. Birdie time.
Yes, indeed. And it means that Dobson goes back to the lead all on his own, some by just a single shot ahead of Robbins. But it's all shaping up nicely here in the IFX Championship. And once again, we're looking at a fantastic final day here in Frilford. Right, before we get back to the action, let's hear from a man that is intrinsically involved with this golf club. Executive Chairman at Frilford Heath, Alistair Booth.
We really enjoy having the EuroPro Tour here. We've had them here for a number of years now. Quality each year is improving, and you can see that by the scores in the main. I suppose that's the true reflection of it. but even though we have tried to lengthen the course and toughen the course up, they are still able to, not quite eat it up, but it's more of a challenge from them. Although we've got 3 courses here, they are 3 different courses, and the red and the blue gives us the length that the third course doesn't give us. They're both now 7,000 yards off the back tees, and the main differences between them, as I say, is the fact that the red course is the original course with a lot of trees, a lot of conifers, beautifully set up, and the blue course is the newer course, more of an inland links feel about it, so a different challenge. Unfortunately, the Frilford microclimate didn't quite kick into our favour yesterday, but the course has recovered and stood up remarkably well today. So I think it will still be a very, very good tournament, even though it's only over 36 holes, and all 156 players, I'm sure, are still in there, and there's still another 18 holes to go.
Well, this weather-affected tournament has certainly tested our field, but Hugo Dobson, the leader, standing up to the test so far. More action from the IFX Championship after the break.
Welcome back to Oxfordshire and the IFX Championship at Frilford Heath. It's the final round. There's a full field out there with the tournament cut from 3 rounds to 2 due to the weather. So over to our commentators, John E. Morgan and Simon Golding.
Thanks, Imogen. Yes, it's certainly been a test for our golfers so far here at Frilford Heath, but a few players starting to make a move in the final round of the IFX Championship, and they're all chasing the man who leads by a single shot, Hugo Dobson. Right, let's get to Kit Alexander now. He's down at the 4th tee with a man on a mission.
Chris Lloyd is making one hell of a run at this tournament from the wrong side of the U-draw. He teed off on the 10th, but as we get to the 4th, his 13th hole, he lies 6 under par, and this is a reachable par 5. We've already seen eagles today. If he gets one now, that'll really put the cat amongst the pigeons with those later starters playing the course the right way round.
Now, one thing we do know about this man, John, is he smashes the ball.
Oh, he crunches it. Well, he likes it. He's picking up the tee. Now, being a Bristow, and I bet in the back of his mind he's going, Gert lush, ball flight, that one.
You can almost hear him say it, can't you? Had a lot of success during the early part of his career, and a very, very talented player. So Lloyd is on the move. Let's see, Steve Robbins moved himself to 7 under for a share of the lead, but once again finds himself a shot behind Dobson.
He looked like he was set up to try and fade it into that hole, and just a slight double cross, and that's missing the green to the left. Now, Lloydie, out of the little wood here, going for it in 2. He can reach, he hits it a country mile. This looks high and a little bit too far to the right. I might be fooled by the camera, but it's down there, just shy of the, just pin high on the right hand side, just shy of pin high, but that looks like he's going to have a decent chance to get it close from there.
Yeah, not happy with himself because he fancied that. Now Robbins shown us some really nice touch from around the greens so far today, and once again delivers.
Oh, you can just see that. Look at that. Just taking it back quarter of the distance, and the same coming through. Little bump and run.
Lloyd might have missed the green in 2 here at the par 5, but it's lying pretty nicely. It may be uphill, but he's got enough green to work with where he can be aggressive with this one. In his position in the tournament, he's going to be wanting to hold this, or at least get it close and leave that tap in for birdie.
Yeah, the nice thing is here, the grass is going with him, so he can get a nice bit of spin and control on this chip. And there it is. Just ran a bit too far by for his liking. Yeah, I like that a bit closer. Knowing Chris.
Now back to the camouflage in inverted commas of Robbins at this par 5 8th.
Yeah, loving the attire, and that's a nice up and down for birdie.
And he moves to 8 under. He is chasing Dobson all the way at the moment. Now back to Lloyd for his up and down.
Been on the European Tour, Challenge Tour, you name it, he's been there. Good pedigree, good junior, off the left. Oh, missing that low side on the right. That's gonna feel like a drop shot for Chris.
Typical, isn't it? He's been ripping the course up, Then we get to him with the cameras, talk him up, and doesn't get what he wants from that hole. Frustration for Lloyd.
He's a strong lad. Look at his build. My goodness.
Yep, I'm not going to argue with him. Now, Runcie. Can't miss him, can you, in that top on the final day? Our winner from last year. Putting a pretty good defence together.
Yeah, he's good with the lobber in his hand. He's endangered the hole quite a few times. We'll just see this again. Gets under it nicely. Slides the club nicely under the ball. Lots of elevation. Yeah, I'm just jealous of that hairdo because I got none.
Now, Robbins. We've been talking about these kind of shots all day long, and we've seen a lot of them played successfully so. It's another cracker. Oh, how about that? Masterclass from Robbins.
Yeah, top-notch stuff, that.
9 under, John.
Yeah, well, there we go. He's on the crest of a wave here, and especially when you chip in like that as well, and he made that look so easy. Good hands, good touch. Never going more than an inch past. Now, Runcie for birdie. This will be a good up and down. And he does.
What a lovely looking putt. So our defending champion looks at the moment like he's going to lose his grip on that title, but solid final round for him. And some frustration and some problems for this man. Jimmy Mullen slipped back to 5 under after looking like he was really going to make a move.
I've been seeing a few leaderboards and he's going to go full on attack, and unfortunately that's just gone 2 yards too much. It's got a hard bounce. It's going to be a difficult up and down.
Joint leader Dobson hanging with Robbins with a birdie at the 7th to go to 9 under.
Nice connection here needed. Bit of spin. Here it comes. Oh, beautiful. Dancing around the flag. Oh, nice little grin on his face. He liked that one.
Now this young man, Ashton Turner, when he was a young man, had a problem with balance, so used to have to go to daily physio sessions, and it was his dad that actually suggested maybe taking up golf as part of that treatment, and I think we can safely say it's paid off. I guess it has.
It definitely has. Good swing, good balance through the ball there. Held his finish nicely. So yeah, it's worked. Now Casey, finding the rough again. I've seen him in the rough a lot today. But he's getting out of it extremely well. Needs all the loft in the world on this one to land it softly on this green. And he's done just that.
Yeah, very nice stuff from the Irishman. Now, our joint leader, Hugo Dobson, good round yesterday to put him into contention. Finished 17th in Ballykistine last time out, but heading for a very good result here at Frilford Heath.
I decided to miss the first event. I went out to Prague to play a couple of events. Did well at that. I did well at the qualifying here. So it's just been a general build of confidence over the last month or so. So it's really put me in good stead for this week. I just stayed patient yesterday, and it really kind of shows. I'm playing some good golf at the moment. I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous because I haven't, since the amateur days, I haven't been in this position. But I'm excited as well. It's what I work hard for. I work hard to get to this position. And again, with the big cliche, I'm just going to take it one shot at a time. I can't think about what's going to happen in the future, or I'm not going to let myself think about it. And I'm just going to see how it goes.
And how significant a step in your career would it be if you did get the win today?
Oh, massive step. Be an absolutely huge step. Yeah, I've worked hard for a number of years, so it'll be a lovely thing to win.
Oh, well done, Kit. Immediately getting young Hugo to think about the future. Future's bright, though. Could go to double figures under the card here.
And Kit is normally orange. Now, in it goes.
Not bad from the man that winters in West Florida. That's where he likes to spend part of the off-season. Plays on a couple of little tours out there. Now back to Ashton Turner. Birdie at the 9th hole to go to 5 under, and rolls another one in. Super stuff. So, bit of movement from Ashton Turner on the leaderboard.
Now, from over the back of the green, Jamie Mullen, we've seen him chipping a lot. This is another one. Oh, has he done it? Oh, he took the flag out as well. That's how confident he is around the greens.
And Mr. Mullen providing us with our entertainment on this final round. Not sure he's too pleased to be in that position. Now Hugo Dobson has got himself to 10 under. It is a reality now. this opportunity today.
It is indeed, and that was a good swing, but he's just overclubbed. I mean, the adrenaline's flowing now though, Simon.
Well, it's a huge problem to deal with. We talk about nerves all the time, but what about when you're flying? Now, Casey, ooh, little bobble there at the start of that putt. That's going to happen on a final day with the traffic on the greens.
Yeah, it does happen. Just a bit steery maybe there from Mr. Casey. Not his best putt.
Well, Lloyd is virtually pin high in one on the par 4 fifth here, but he's got no easy shot at birdie. It's going to require a nice high flopper to get it landing softly on the green. He's got this bunker in front of him to contend with, and as if that wasn't enough, we've just got a little bit of rain coming down now. That's just going to grease up the surface and make it that little bit harder to grab. Let's see if he can get this closer and make up for not making birdie on the previous par 5.
I mean, high flopper is very nice, but I like a soft flopper. Now, come on, Chris. Nice and soft, over the bunker, get the height, land it softly on the green. Ah, excellent, excellent. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Chrissy boy.
Wonderful soft hands from a man that has just absolutely battered that ball to that position.
Yeah, he's a great striker of the golf ball. Now Dobson over the back of this green.
Yeah, first little test for the man that's moved once again to a lead of this tournament, and he's standing up to it quite nicely.
He looks very in control, Simon, I must admit. Now, Chris, just to keep that pressure on, you know, this one shoots up on the leaderboard, shows Dobson that this man is on fire with a few holes to go. Yes, to 7 under for his round.
Well, you talk to the young pros out there on the tour, and that's one of the names, Chris Lloyd, that will constantly be mentioned by them, one of the players they look up to. Now this for par to stay at 10 under, done it. So first little question asked, and first little question answered quite comfortably in the end by Hugo Dobson, and that means he maintains, not for the first time in this tournament, a one-shot lead at the top of the board, ahead of Steve Robbins and Connor Tendall, you can see from the USA coming back into contention, moving himself to 7 under, along with Burleson and the man we've just seen, Lloyd. Right, it's driving today for Imogen with her next lesson with Kit Alexander.
Okay, Imogen, I've been pretty impressed with you so far. Iron play, brilliant. Putting, very good. But we're taking things up a notch today. We've got the big dog out. Just take your stance to the ball as you think you should.
Where do I have the ball in my stance?
You want a bit of a wider stance and it just inside your left heel.
Okay, shoulder width about here,
Just
a
take
bit
it out a little
wider.
bit.
I feel so far away from the ball.
Well, it's a bit of a longer shaft than the iron, so you're going to feel, if you're uncomfortably far away, just come in a little bit so your arms are hanging sort of naturally down to the driver.
Okay.
That looks good to me. Your ball position's absolutely perfect.
I'll try and do a Dustin Johnson. Ooh, I lost my balance on that one.
It was good contact, but you've gone a little bit left there. What we're going to do to counteract you hitting that draw, which means the club head is coming too far from the inside, is we're going to give you something externally to focus on. That really helps a lot of players. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop a tee in a couple of feet in front of the ball and just outside of the target line. Well, it's certainly gone high, a little bit to the right. Once you've mastered the driver, we've already seen your irons are very good, your putting's solid, there's no reason we can't take you out on the course.
Can't wait. Thanks, Kit.
I think that'll be the next challenge.
So Dobson and Robbins just starting to pull away from the rest of the field and setting up a fascinating back nine in the run-in for the IFX Championship here at Frilford Heath.
Welcome back to the IFX Championship. The action is being played out here at Frilford Heath, which has become a regular on the EuroPro Tour calendar. Last year it was Adam Runcie who claimed the title, and before today's final round, Kit Alexander caught up with him.
It's great to be back here. Obviously it's a different golf course last year, but if someone said to me which one do I prefer, I actually prefer the blue. I think the red golf course is a lot tighter golf course. I think you've got to be very precise off the tee, and it's not all about hitting drivers. But I think the blue, especially with it being so soft now as well, you can be very much more aggressive, hit drivers and really attack it. The greens are nice and soft. I think now it's just go out there and just see how low you can go. Obviously within reason, but I think if you've got an opportunity to be aggressive, I think you've got to take it. There's certain holes where I think early on where you've got to be a little bit careful, but I think as soon as you get onto that 4th hole onwards, I think you can be, I'm just going to go out there and really try and attack the golf course. And I feel if I do the right things, and obviously you can't control winning, but if I do the right things, and hopefully I'll be in contention coming down the stretch tomorrow.
Well, it's all starting to happen on this final round. The leaderboard makes very interesting reading indeed, but it's a young man, Hugo Dobson, that has held his nerve and continued to keep moving ahead of that chasing pack. 10 under the card then at the moment for Dobson. As you can see, our defending champion not quite in the running to defend his title. So Runcie not up there at the moment, but we will see. It's the kind of course, John, and the kind of conditions where you can get the numbers even in a short burst.
Oh, without question, Runcie hit the nail on the head. It's target golf out there after a little drop of rain, so attack, attack, attack. Who dares wins.
Well, Robbins certainly dares, and that could be a winner. Trailing by 1 shot, Robbins, he's been the main protagonist today. And Chris Lloyd as well has made a bit of a charge on this final day, playing on the wrong side of the course, as it were, going from the 10th tee.
Oh, I'm interested. Where's he going to land this one? On the green, just off it. Oh, just on by a whisker, down towards the flag. Is it going to drop? Oh, that's a great chip. Great touch by Chris.
Beautifully judged, and here's a hole that needs to be beautifully judged, but there are opportunities still.
Yeah, a little soft dog leg this 18th hole from right to left. Loads of trouble lurking on the left. Big trees and gorse bushes. Thick rough on the right and trees to boot. You've got to try and feed it round the eye of the needle there. Little right to left swing. Then you come to a figure of 8 green. Very tight target to come into. Essential to be on target. And also clubbing needs to be spot on. But don't miss the green because it can fall sideways.
Yes, could be some drama at the 18th today. Now, Maryland University former player Connor Tendall, the tall American, has done well today because he had a few problems early doors, but he's managed to stabilise his round and keep himself in the mix, 7 under.
Yeah, not many people will be hitting driver on 18 either. Toughest hole on the golf course. Now Robbins at 11. This would be a nice birdie.
Yeah, this for a share of the lead. Oh, well done. What, 3rd or 4th time today that he's managed to peg Dobson back?
Looking
he won't go away.
He's looking very cool and calm. Simon?
That's a swagger, you know, John. That's definitely a swagger.
It's a good swagger. We'll give him that. 10 out of 10 for the swag.
Now Lloydie for a beautifully crafted up and down. He's done it again, and running out of chances now to score, but he could still get himself into the mix.
Now McCarthy down the left edge of this fairway. Sets up a nice shot into this green.
He's had a fascinating career, McCarthy, the Moortown player from Leeds. That's a beautiful shot in.
Look at that, judged to perfection. Really is. Spot on with his yardage, pin high left. And looks like he's only got a 4-footer for a birdie. Now Casey.
Rather dropped by the wayside, Casey. Hasn't managed to kick on.
Well, when I played with him for the first time, he had a hole-in-one around Finca Cortazena on the 17th. Well impressive down in Spain. And that one getting pretty close too.
Now Lloyd within touching distance of those leaders. So if he can find another couple of birdies, then he will ask a question.
Well, he's on tunnel vision. When you're going that low, and he's, look at him, he looks gutted. Oh, he's got his coach on the bag. Bessie. Know that man? Kendallshire boy. Now. Left below right. Up the hill. And in he goes.
Very, very strong from Connor Tendall, the American. And that is a belting finish for a 66, 8 under in the clubhouse.
Yeah, great round of golf. Just that one blemish. Yeah, very impressive.
Now McCarthy, back in 2010, 2011, onto the Challenge Tour, flying high, but roll that forward to 2015, missed 10 cuts on the EuroPro Tour. It's strange how careers can go like that. Oh dear, I'm afraid I might have talked him out of that one. Sorry, Nick. And so good to see him back in form and playing so well. That just wasn't the best finish for him.
Yeah, you'll be a bit disgruntled, but that's a nice 67 round of golf. He had that putt and match his playing partner, but yeah, it wasn't to be. Some good golf being played in that 3-ball.
Yeah, there's a few names to keep an eye on as this season develops. Back to Lloyd, looking to make his birdie to move to 8 under the card.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one, wasn't it? Did all the hard work and couldn't unfortunately get the job finished, so Lloyd rolls that in for a par. Right, let's get over to the 12th then and hear from Kit Alexander.
The par 4 12th may only read 349 yards on the scorecard, but it's a tricky little hole. As you can see, there's bunkers long and right down the fairway, and you've got a definite break. Most players aren't going to be taking driver here. They're simply playing for position, knocking it somewhere in here to give themselves the best angle at the green. And if we flip this over, we can see just how important that is. We've got 3 very distinct sections. You want to have the perfect distance and the perfect angle to hit a wedge in here close. Let's see if I can knock my hybrid into position A so I can attack the pin for a birdie. Nice and high, pretty straight. That one should land soft, stay short of the bunkers and give me a great chance to go at the pin with a wedge.
Well, there we have it. Wonder how many takes that took. I'm getting my own back on him this time.
Yeah, it must be fascinating to watch those hole analyses from the other side. Now then, Ashton Turner on one of those holes that is a little bit like snooker. You've got to think a couple of shots ahead.
No, it is, very much so. I mean, difficult hole, like Kit was saying. Essential to come in there with the right club, get the right spin, right ball flight. Bollison here.
The man that has only just turned pro back in September 2016, the 22-year-old from Enfield Golf Club. Right, let's get to Kit at the 8th.
Well, it's another miss right for Lloyd on the approach to a par 5 here. He's in the thick grass, he's got overhanging branches, he's short-sided himself and the green's running away from him. Apart from that, it's a piece of cake. He's going to need the escapology skills of Houdini to get out of here with a birdie.
Yes, or in golfing terms, Ballesteros. We will look forward to that shot. Now, there's been more movement out there on the course. A birdie at 10 for Dobson means once again he moves to the lead by a single shot at 11 under. Back to Casey then at 13.
Yeah, Casey needs to finish with a flourish. And that's the way to start. Starts with a 2 at 13.
So moves himself another shot under the card as we go back to this one.
Yeah, Chris got manoeuvre. He's probably found a little gap. He's looking up in the tree. He has found a little gap. Oh, but he got straight underneath it. Let's see what went wrong there. Just too much grass between ball and club. Yeah, he knows it straight away. Didn't get the connection required. Now, can he save his par at 18? Final hole.
Oh no, a bogey finish I'm afraid for Robert Burleson. Always leaves a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth, but when he's had a chance to sit down and have a look at this tournament, he'll realise that he's put together a pretty good performance. Well, we talked about this young man's route into the pro ranks a little earlier in the programme, but the 21-year-old has certainly arrived with some aplomb. The Kenwick Park Golf Club player playing well.
I've always liked coming here. There's been plenty of amateur events here, and I mean, the tour school's been here as well as qualifying, so it was a course that I knew well, and with the conditions as they are, it really does help.
What do you think it's going to take to win today?
I think it's going to take a low number. It's definitely out there. The wind is pretty calm today, and it's forecast a little bit of rain, but not a lot, so I think there's going to be a few low ones.
Oh yes, a few low ones. There definitely will be. Now for birdie at 12 to get to 6. Oh, rolls it in lovely. A little spring in his step towards the hole. He's jive walking.
Nicely done. Well, we let Ashton sit on the fence, but John, what do you think the number is going to be at the end of today?
I think at the moment, as it stands, 11 under. I really do.
So you think that'll be good enough to get it done?
I really do. And pressure building. This is a difficult shot for Chris. Long way to go, and he's performed a beauty. And that's setting up a chance to save his part. He's got Mike Bessel on the bag, his caddy this week, and that is his old school coach. He had him from day one, left him, tried a few other things, and he's gone back to his roots, and it's looking like it's paying off. And that's a good bunker shot there.
Now, I haven't seen Mike Bedford for a while on this final round, but that's because he really hasn't managed to get things rolling. Heading for a solid finish here at Frilford.
Yeah, just a bit disappointed there, just a bit shy of his intended place he wanted the ball to finish. Now, Chris, this will be some par to stay at 7 under. Playing with Andrew Marshall there, you can just see looking on, admiring a good round, and that ball going in as well.
Well, that was an entertaining par. I bet there's been some real banter between Marshall and Lloyd today.
Bedford to save his par on 18, and oh, a little lap of honour, and it falls in. And a nice smile. Ooh, he'd be breathing a sigh of relief.
Well done, Mike, but let's look to the top of the leaderboard, and Hugo Dobson continues to hold off the challengers in this IFX Championship, although Steve Robbins not going away just yet. Well, the quality of this tour just continues to get better and better. Certainly got a ringing endorsement from this week's sponsor.
The standard of golf from the EuroPro Tour we've only been playing it in the last couple of years, and I've only really been following it probably for the last 3 years. But for example, last year we had golfers playing, or particular gentleman in my group by the name of Andrew Marshall was a former runner-up in the Alfred Dunhill Cup a few years back. This year at the Frilford Heath, we got Van Phillips, who's Portuguese Open winner. So the quality on the EuroPro Tour is clearly evident.
Certainly no doubting the quality of the golf out there today at Frilford Heath. Robbins and Dobson marching towards that IFX Championship.
Welcome back to Frilford Heath here in Oxfordshire at the IFX Championship. Our leaders are through the front 9 and closing in on the title. So to pick up on the action, it's over to our commentators, Johnny Morgan and Simon Golding.
Thank you, Imogen. Really looking forward to the closing stages here at Frilford Heath for all sorts of reasons, but we've got another shootout at the top. Dobson against Robbins at the moment. Looks like it's going to be a head-to-head between those two. Dobson doing very, very well indeed to hold off the challenge. Best in the clubhouse, the American, Connor Tendall at 8 under the card. So, Lloyd, a couple of steps forward, early doors, but just hasn't been able to kick on from there, John.
No, he hasn't, and this is his final hole, the 9th. Playing it round the other way at the side of this U-draw. Now coming in, tall, high-flying iron shot, and what a shot it is. Daniel Dart, pin high, great clubbing, and that sets up a good chance to get 8 under.
Yeah, that will be a share of the clubhouse lead. Where does that power come from?
Cool. Well, look at him. He looks like he's in the second row of a rugby team. I mean, look at the size of the man. He's built for rugby, that's for sure, but he's a golfer. Now we see Jamie Mullen at the final hole, 18th.
Built more for basketball, Mullen, but plays a mean game of golf. He has looked very good today, and he's just had a few frustrating holes that have affected the way he's scored, but keep an eye on him in the weeks to come.
Now Evans putting through the fringe. Always dubious of what it's going to do when you come through that. And that is very good. He could have chipped it, but I don't know if he'd have got inside that one. Good pace putt. Playing with Van Phillips, who we've seen earlier.
Yeah, well done from Evans. John said, very tricky coming from just off the green.
What a way to finish this will be. An 8 under round if he can get this one in. Oh, and it is, and well deserved.
Well, we didn't quite see the best of Chris Lloyd, but that was beautifully done.
What a flawless round of golf. No bogeys on the card. That great save coming at the previous hole on the par 5. And that is a great round of golf. And that could spur him on to bigger and better things through the course of the season. As we see Jamie Mullen at the final hole, finish with a par. This will be from distance.
Ooh, gives it the bum's rush, I'm afraid. So a bit of work still to be done there. Back to our leader. 11 under the card, which John, alongside me, thinks might just be good enough today.
Yeah, I just think pressure mounts, everything like that, unless a few birdies come in at one another, you know, to push them down the stretch. Jimmy, not this one in for a bogey. Don't get the double on your card to finish. No, he does. There you, Jimmy.
Still some frustration there for Jimmy Mullen. Now for Dobson, needs to make this to hang on to 11 under, and it's not straightforward.
No, it's not. Oh, and that's a hard lip out there. That's a hard lip out. That's a bit of pill to swallow, that one. That's not easy.
Drops back to a share of the lead at 10 under. That's the first backward step we've seen Dobson take today. Now Ashton Turner. Second shot into the 15th.
Get an eagle on here, you never know. And that's a great iron shot. I know it's a lengthy putt for eagle, but funny things have happened. Now, hole 16, par 3, 198 yards. Beautiful shot. The boys will be in the region, not a breath of wind out there, hitting 6 irons and 5 irons into this beautiful green, manicured to perfection. Beautiful bunkers lurking all the way around it. Difficult green to read as well. Little soft undulations. Obviously, pin near at the back, you know, you can really take it on. But you've got a little bank at the back that can hold the ball up and give you a chance to hold it for a 2, but a very difficult hole near the closing stages.
But a hole that Robbins will try and take on, because this has suddenly become very big indeed. Finds himself back in a share of the lead, and that persistence, that refusal to go away today, is paying dividends.
Isn't that just clubbing, coming up half a club short, that pin, like I say, at the back of the green. Now Daniel Gavins just shy of this 15th hole, par 5 and 2. This for an eagle if he can chip it in. Now always left there for Daniel. And he knows it, a little bit frustrated. Got the pace right, got the feel right. Just the line was wrong.
Back to Evans' second shot into this par 4 18th. All the players that haven't quite managed to get the score rolling today find themselves still 4 or 5 shots off the lead into the heart of the green.
Yeah, a bit of work to be done. Lengthy putt there for his birdie. No run seat. Just off to the right. Delicate little number, this one, up over the ridge, get it on the dance floor, running down, and that's well executed. There for 3, that's for a 4, a birdie. Now Robbins, 16.
It's for the lead, all on his own. It was always going to be very, very tough to make that putt, but he'll be pleased enough with that.
I tell you what, we might see a fist pump if this one goes in. This for eagle. A little bit of pace through this ball, halfway down, catching a slope, swing to your right. No, not to be, but that's going to be a tap-in birdie nonetheless. And a very easy birdie at that, after a great second shot in.
Very nice putt from Ashton Turner, moves to 7 under the card. Not out of it yet. Evans then at 18, this tricky 18th.
Yeah, putted up to here. Good first putt, just shy though. In the jaw of the hole, it looks like, and taps that one in for a par. A run seat for birdie. This will be a good up and down. Straight putt, straight in the heart of the hole as well to boot. Ooh, breathes a sigh of relief.
Little shake of the head from the defending champion, but he moves to 7 under.
Better late than never, though.
Surprised this man hasn't put a run together on the final day.
Yeah, I think we got some good things coming from Daniel Gavins, though. Lots of experience over the last couple of years he's been able to absorb. So, yeah, just one of those days for him.
Little tester for Robbins. Passes it with flying colours, so stays at 10 under and stays in a joint share of the lead with Hugo Dobson.
Yeah, he's putting on some good pressure. Dobson here, joint leaders now at 10 under. Now can he respond with a good iron shot, set himself up for a birdie? Oh, he's a long way from home. That's a lengthy putt, my goodness.
Now time to catch up with another of our young stars, 22-year-old Joe Dean from the Hillsborough Golf Club. His hero, Henrik Stenson, who set such high standards at last year's Open. Let's hear from Joe.
You were leading going into the final round of the Tour Championship. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for you. How difficult is it to have a disappointment right at the end of the season and such a long wait to start the season again?
Yeah, it was tough, I'm not going to lie. I had a few events after that to play in, so it wasn't too bad, but I think the problem was setting myself a target on that day, instead of just going out there and playing my golf and seeing what came of it, really.
You're right there in contention again, so what do you do a little bit differently this time?
Not watch people around me. Stick to my game plan, and just see what happens. If it's my day, it's my day.
Well, you can certainly see Stenson's his hero, can't you?
Yeah, he steps into the ball like Stenson as well. I mean, what a performance that was in the Open last year. Toe-to-toe with Mickelson. No surprise he's his idol.
Yeah, great memories from Troon.
Oh, and Stenson like shot to boot.
Everything ticked in terms of the boxes there. Well done to Joe Dean. Now, can Ashton Turner get himself in on the action? 7 under at the moment through 15, so his tee shot into this par 3 16th. Needs to get the clubbing just right here to get up to the flag, and that's a great job. Right, let's hear from Kit again.
Dobson is about 40 feet from the hole for eagle here. It's a slippery putt, but if he can just 2-putt it for birdie, that should be enough to give him a lead heading into the final 3 holes.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that putt in a moment, but Gavin's alongside Turner. Already seen a very good shot from his playing partner into this 16th green. And that is going to better it. Beautifully done.
Wow, top shot, top clubbing. Look, he had another one out there. It was and arm which one in, but he picked the right one in the end. Now Dobson.
Outside, way outside eagle chance.
Oh, it's tracking. It's tracking. He's disappeared on him. Eagle time.
Oh, this tournament has just been turned on its head by a quite glorious putt. Well, he'd have been happy to cozy that one up, but he's drained it.
Well, that is it. That could sum it all up for him. Is it his week here on the EuroPro Tour at Frilford? This man, we know, breaks off the right. He's not taking it into consideration. He just went straight at it.
The ups and downs of the pro game. Dobson drains it to go to 12 under. And Turner misses his chance. Now back to Dean.
Joe Dean, straight putt, and it's in. What a shot that was in there, dancing around the flag. Great putt to boot.
Yeah, it looks like he's recovered well from his Kit Alexander grilling. Now Gavin's to go to 7 under.
Yeah, lovely shot in here. Bent high left and seals the deal with a 2 at 16.
Well, he's never far from the action. Is Daniel Gavins. Moves himself to 7 under. It's a couple of 8 unders that are leading in the clubhouse at the moment. That fabulous round of 64 from Chris Lloyd to equal Connor Tendall, the American. But Hugo Dobson has just turned things round here at Frilford Heath, and he leads now by 2 shots ahead of Steve Robbins. And don't forget to come down and support our players as they take a shot at £100,000 in the AbleRate.com shootout at Camberwell Park on the 27th of June. Hugo Dobson soaring to ever greater heights with a stunning eagle at the 15th, the IFX Championship within his grasp, but Robbins still in there and fighting. Welcome back to Frilford Heath and final round action from the IFX Championship. It is going down to the wire. Simon Golding and Johnny Morgan for what should be a tense finish. The leader is Dobson and he leads by 2 shots. That's the most encouraging lead he's had during the course of today, but Robbins is still in there with a chance. Right, let's get to Kit. He's at 17.
The 17th is an absolute monster at 597 yards. But if you get here and you're in contention, there's only one decision: driver. You want to take advantage of this opportunity. It's not every day you get a chance to win a golf tournament and pocket £10,000. Reach for the big dog and stripe it down the middle, just like this. Little bit of a baby fade, but it's going to be in play. We can get a 3-wood to it and chase those dreams.
Well, there we go. 235 yards smoke straight down the middle of the fairway for Kit Alexander. Great drive.
Keep dreaming. Right then, Robbins at 10 under is certainly in with a chance. That eagle from Dobson, who leads, has really put the cat amongst the pigeons, but he's just refusing to lay down today. Brilliant.
Oh, delayed reaction on the spin on that one, spinning on the spot, and he's got the swagger going. That's 16, tough par 3 this baby. Not many birdies on this one. Least birdies on this one for the whole of the golf course on the par 3s this week.
You've got some great par 3s here at Frilford. And that's a very nicely engineered tee shot. In with a shout.
Okay, see, right side of the fairway, just running into the rough. Up 18. You need a lot of spin coming in here, or you don't want to be long, trouble long. And that's a wise play. Keeping it short of that pin. Now he's got an uphill putt for his 3.
Now Dobson on the verge of a massive win. A 2-shot cushion, that's the best that he's had all day.
If you can hit a power fade in this back right pin position today, it'll be a perfect ball flight in. And he'll be happy with that one.
Robbins then. Big putt in the context of this tournament.
Yeah, down the hill, a little bit left to right. Oh, and just glances the right edge. He thought he had it. He really did.
So Robbins stays at 10 under. Let's get to Kit at 16.
Well, Dobson's done exactly what you should do when you're in the lead and you come to a long par 3. He's knocked it straight into the middle of the green. The advantage here with the back pin position is that leaves him the uphill putt that you're going to want anyway. After draining that long one for eagle on the previous hole, it's going to look like an absolute bucket to him. If he rolls this one in, he's really got the tournament by the horns.
Okay, so it hasn't quite happened for him today, but he could find himself in a share of that clubhouse lead on 8 under.
He could up the slope, little bit of right to left at the end. Oh, that would have been a nice way to finish. Yeah, just a little shake of the head there.
So 34 out, 34 back for a final round of 68. Now, Joe Dean, if he can get himself to 9 under, will jump ahead of those players already in the clubhouse. Taking a little bit of time over this putt. Oh, it was nearly time well spent.
Every putt from down there we've seen miss left, Simon, today. Oh, look at that beauty.
I'm not great on my ornithology, but a bird of prey definitely. Buzzard possibly?
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
Now Turner. Another player that has been solid without really setting this final round alight, but that's another fine shot.
Now, Dobson, 12 under. Can he get to 13? Nearly put it out of reach from his playing partners. He knows this breaks off the right. Seen his playing partner. He'll be just happy cozying that one up. Whole side. A simple tap in for a par.
As Kit already said, when you're leading a tournament, that's all you need to do. 2 holes to play. That's all that stands between Dobson and the trophy.
Got a bit harder than that, and a little bit less left to right. And that one, Mr. Turner. Now, Dean. Straight putt, firm. Oh, just pushed it a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be hard to swallow, that one. Bogey out of nowhere, hunting for the birdie, and walks away with a 4.
Oh, that's tough. That really is tough for Joe Dean. Yeah, lovely sight of the pin in the distance there. Past Steve Robbins. Not out of this tournament yet.
Oh, if he could birdie this one. Put a cat amongst the pigeons, it would. But that's off the green. That's gonna, well, is he gonna chip it? Is he gonna putt it? And there's our little birdie again. Stalking his prey, coming in. Oh, if I could come back as someone else, look at that. I'd want to be him. Flying high, seeing the golf course, do a few flyovers.
Yeah, Dean trying to recover from the disappointment at 16. It's not the easiest closing stretch here at the blue course at Frilford Heath. So scoring chances are tough. That's why par golf from Dobson is probably going to be good enough.
Will be, I said 11 under, but he's at 12. This is third. Now to the difficult, lengthy 17th. Wedge in hand, dance it round the flag, and he's good contention there to convert and get to 13 if he can, and give himself that nice big breathing space going up 18.
God, those clouds starting to look very dark and grey in the background again. I think we're going to be okay though.
This one has to go in, Simon. It really does. Through the fringe, up the hill. It's got to go.
Yeah, good pace. Very good.
Good effort.
It's a good putt.
So Robbins not able to finish with that birdie to at least put some pressure on Dobson's 12 under.
Dean, just shoulders just gone back a little bit. He's a little bit disheartened after 16, and yet another putt misses the hole.
So just roll this in to stay at 7 under, but there were 2 opportunities there for Joe Dean, and he knows it at 16 and 17. Back to Robbins then for a tidy par finish to stay at 10 under. That's a good last round of golf, John.
It is indeed. The Swagger man shooting a luscious 66. Good round, good day at the office, good final round. Stand him in good stead as well, finishing 10 under par.
Yeah, luscious, but not quite lush, as they say in your part of the world, John.
Girt lush is what they say in my part of the world. Now Dobson to open up a 3-shot gap going up 18. If he can slot it in down the hill. Ooh, missing on the right-hand side, just like his playing partner.
No dramas though, par's still good enough. And that's exactly what he's got. 1 hole then to play, and then the IFX Championship will be Dobson's.
It is, but this 18th hole is a tough baby. Playing the hardest hole on the golf course, as we see Gavin's now coming up the hill. Leaving it in the jaws, bang on line, just another foot to go.
Well, you said the 18th was tricky. Let's take another look at it.
Yeah, let's have a good butchers at this. I mean, it's, what do? Do you hit the long iron off or 3-wood, get the real bottlenecks at the 300 mark, really tight, and then that, you know, if you do get 3-wood out driver and leave yourself nothing in there, it makes it a whole lot easier. But if you lay back, you're going in with like a 7-iron or a 6-iron second shot to a very tight green, especially under these conditions, all the pressure, you know, that 10 grand up for grabs here on the EuroPro. Whew, anything can happen. Well, here we go. Dobson out with driver. Throwing caution to the wind. This shows you confidence.
Now, has it paid off? Nervous look after this one. The crowd like it.
It's hanging down that left-hand side. Oh, and it skirts with the trouble, but he is fine and dandy, Simon.
Do you know what? There's a lot to be said for not changing anything if you're in this sort of position.
Now Dean out with driver 2. Oh, and that's leaked right. You can tell he's let that one go. That's high and right. There's big trees over there. Ooh. Oh, and just missing the gorse as well. Ah, this man, look at him. Looking pretty chilled out now with a 2-shot lead coming up the last.
Well, for a man that says he was feeling the nerves at the start of today, that looked pretty relaxed to me.
Yeah, well, if you can play for a 5 on this hole, you take it. And this putt just missing to the right.
Yeah, frustration for Turner.
He's played some good golf today, though. Just putts haven't dropped for him at the right times, or he'd have been there or thereabouts. And it just says it. Not one blemish on that card. No bogeys whatsoever. 3 birdies, round of 69. Job well done for the week. As we see Gavin's now just polishing off on 18 for a par.
Yeah, not quite good enough on the day.
No, same score, 69. Playing with Alan Runcie, last year's winner. Yeah, nice friendly 3-ball. High fives with the caddies. Now look at this one. Gotta bend this one from left to right. Big cut. This is Sergio's stuff. Cool. He'd have had to move that probably 20, 30 yards in the air from left to right. He's job well done down there on the left-hand side of this green.
Slightly more straightforward, though, for Dobson in that wonderful position of being able to make bogey here at 18 and still win. Oh, and he might have to settle for that as well. Oh, goodness me. Well, he's his own worst critic today.
Well, just shy of pin eye on the left-hand side, on the green. Got 3 putts to win it and bring it home. I'm sure he'll take them.
Dobson is safely aboard the 18th in 2 here. He's left himself a very slow putt though. We've seen guys come up short on this line all day long. He's got a 2-shot cushion, but can he get it to the hole and get it in for the dream finish?
Well, we think he can, don't we, John?
Well, Kit's eyes are about to pop out. Now Dean, back of the stance, hands forward, jamming it, chip and run, up the green, up the hill. And that's well played.
Yeah, good shot, but 16 and 17, he's still thinking about them.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those days though, Simon. What could have been?
There we go. We'll look all the way down to the 18th green as Dobson lines this one up. This then for the dramatic finish. Oh, gonna have to go with plan B.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan B. It works. You see the crowds there just enjoying, seeing some great golf by this man. And this man as well. This one to finish it off with a par up 18 at 7 under.
Job done, but you can see where he took shots from the course, then gave them back. So 235s out and in for around 70. Dobson then for his first big professional title. And he rolls it in very comfortably indeed. And Hugo Dobson, we can safely say, just like Robert Shaw last week, has arrived in style on the EuroPro Tour. Fantastic round of golf from him. All set up yesterday by some tremendous play after that tricky delay on day 1. 12 under then, good enough to win this tournament by some distance in the end.
Yeah, and that perler of a monster putt on 15, setting the tone to finish at 12 under, and what a winner. Worthy winner.
Yes, indeed. Big, broad smile from Hugo Dobson. The IFX Championship is in the bag. A 2-shot victory over the battling Steve Robbins. Right, let's get to Kit Alexander and hear from both men.
I hit a couple of good putts. I hold a good par putt on 2, which really kind of steadied the ship and got the kind of momentum going. And then got a little bit lucky on the 4th. I hit it down the right. Luckily found the ball. Made birdie out of that, and that really just momentum went my way after that, which was great.
How significant was it to drain that absolute monster for eagle just after dropping a shot, your only drop shot of the day?
Massive, yeah. Just because I didn't know what was like if it got to 10 or 11 or what was going on. So I knew it was very close. I thought, yeah, if I can just knock it down to tap in distance, that's great. But I hold it, so I mean, yeah, just amazing.
And your first season as a pro, £6,000 in the bank. How much does that change your outlook for the rest of the year now?
Just gives you a good start. I mean, it's like boosted me on now. I think that if I can go on and win one, it's a lot easier. And yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad to get it in the second event.
And as we know, there's $250,000 on offer for 4 wins on the EuroPro Tour this season. You're 25% of the way there. What are the chances of getting your hands on that $250,000?
I mean, that would be fantastic. That would be a life-changing thing. Done one, so just got to keep pushing forward and see what happens.
So this is what it's all about on the EuroPro, the race to Amandoria and the Tour Championships. Every win is massive, and Hugo Dobson becomes our latest player to deposit 10k in the Order of Merit account. But it's those top 5 positions come the end of the season that are all important. Congratulations then to Hugo Dobson as he picks up his trophy from Russell Stebbings, General Manager here at Frilford Heath.
So the players managed to come in just before the rain, thunder and lightning, and we had the more inexperienced players dueling it out with Hugo Dobson and Steve Robbins. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, absolutely. Normally we see experience come to the fore when there's a championship on the line, but these guys did really well. They showed composure beyond their experience on the EuroPro Tour, and in the end it was those two fighting it out and Hugo Dobson got the win.
And how do you think they managed to pull that off? Was it because they were here at Q School as well?
I think that was a massive advantage. They've played this course under competition rules already this season. They've got used to it. They knew what they were getting themselves into coming here, and they proved that that was enough to get the win today.
Well, it's great to see these players showing us some amazing golf. We'll see you next time at Montrose.